Hello, Mike Malone. When I came to AFS, I was actually 223. I actually dropped 49 pounds of fat and added 11 pounds of muscle in a 6-month period. In addition to that, I lost 11 inches around my waist, and my body fat went from 33 down to 13%. Well, I realized I was getting close to 60, and I really decided that if I want to live to be 100, I'm going to have to do something about my health. And I kind of came to the conclusion that somebody who's been successful in bodybuilding is probably somebody who can help me to lose weight and add muscle. Well, my actual initial goals was to get down to about 180 pounds. I was around 223 when I started. And once I got close to 180, I realized that I had a lot more that I could do. The biggest thing for me was adding the additional muscle. I've lost weight before, but I've never really added muscle at the same time. And that was the thing that really caused me to believe that I could bring my weight considerably down. And now my goal is, I'm not really as focused on weight now, it's more body fat. And so my intention is to get down into single digits on body fat. Well, I put on about 11 pounds now. I'd like to put on probably another 6 to 7 pounds. You know, the biggest challenge is diet. You know, you're working at building muscle, you're doing a lot of cardio, and then you're also watching your diet. But I would say once you get past the first 2 weeks, if you can survive the first 2 weeks, then at that point your body gets used to it and you're able to deal with it. Cardio for me, I've always been pretty athletic. I've always worked out a lot. I've done a lot of endurance things over the years. So cardio wasn't too tough for me. The Stairmaster, when I first started doing it, was very difficult. You know, and I'm somebody who's run, who's biked, and so forth, but I found that the Stairmaster was the thing for me that really kicked up my cardio to another level. I'm actually going to do a 100-mile bike ride on Skyline Drive in Virginia, which goes from elevation of sea level up to about 7,000 feet. And so there's a lot of climbing, and I do intend on doing the 100 miles in one day. So I've done 50 miles in the mountains before in one day, but I've never done 100. The biggest thing, when I first came to Ali, I said, you know, the challenge that I saw is I'm 59 years old, or at that time I was 58, and I was very concerned about being able to lose weight, and particularly to gain muscle. And I guess Ali convinced me that I would be able to gain additional muscle, because I've heard a lot of people say you can't gain muscle as you get older. Clearly that's not the case. I think for me it just changed my perspective about being an athlete at an older age. My endurance is back to where it was probably in my 40s, and that's one of the reasons why I'm intending on doing this bike ride, because it's something I've always wanted to do. But I don't really feel like there's anything that I couldn't do now from an endurance perspective. You know, it's really interesting because I'm a professional and an executive. I speak a lot. I speak in front of groups, and it definitely increases your confidence. A lot of people obviously noticed when I dropped all the weight, and that always makes you feel good. But I think that the biggest thing is, and I would say this to somebody who's really trying to advance in a career, how you look matters, how you carry yourself matters. And the thing that I would say is that a lot of people spend a lot of money on clothing, they spend a lot of money on other aspects of their professional life, but spending money on your physical health and your physical appearance is probably something that makes more sense than going out and buying a $2,000 suit. Tough but satisfying. I know that's more than one word.
No.
Tough but satisfying, yeah.